Hello folks, welcome to our Walkie talkie. And for once I'm not going to be political. Shock horror. But anyway, I am wanting to talk about why the bus / coach wins hands down. Right. How many times have you been to a railway station and they hear us, I'm sorry to announce, but the 1326 service to Glasgow Central has been cancelled. Right? It's annoying, it's infuriating, because the next train along is like 1359 or whatever else, right? Very frustrating. And then when that train comes in, the daft thing is overfilled. Right? And you look at how overfilled the train is when the train doors slide open of a free carriage class 185, and you think to yourself, no, right? And further to the no, right? There's a thing on the door, it says seats 1 to 39 this direction and seats 40 to 71 the other direction. And there's no way of even getting across the threshold, let alone find a seat or anything else. And also, whilst we're talking here, right, train toilet, oh, you bastard, you absolute bastard, you waste of time, right? Yeah, I was ranting about train toilets, but anyway, you walk up to the toilet and the wee red light is flashing, and when it says WC flashing in red LEDs, the toilet's not going to be flushing. So if you're pertaining a jobby up your arse, let's be honest, you're going to have to hold on to it for a little bit longer. Wow, that's a pure bastard. Suburban, urban type trains are much the same. Forever cancelled and delayed, and somebody's pressed the fucking call button, so it's got the police turning up, and the police have to turn up and arrest not just one as they were thinking, but maybe 3. Somebody's got cannabis, someone's pressed a button, and the other person's getting mouthy and shouting various sectarian slogans. I don't know much about football and everything else, and religion. It's like, But anyway, yeah, so you've got all them issues, right? And then there's a big issue. It should actually be a swear word, no, honestly. Price. I'll give you an example. I made a mistake with a ticket coming back from Blackpool, right? Liverpool, sorry. Right, and to get myself back home from Liverpool to Glasgow was £69.70. My bank manager was even crying, right? It's horrible. A return Glasgow to Edinburgh is in the area of £30, £16.80 one way, right? And once upon a time you actually got a quality for value type thing, but not now. So you've got options: use the top of Queen Street, the bottom of Queen Street, or use Central's high level, like cross-country routes, right? But they all have a thing called first class, but it's rarely employed at Cassadell ScotRail, right? So if you're wanting to quietly nosh up a legal document before you get to the courtroom in Edinburgh, you will get it done. However, you'll be surrounded by every arsehole in the country. There's no proper segregation, but I mean, like, more to do with not Scotland really, more to do with first class, right? You used to be able to get something to drink and a wee something to eat, right? Since lockdown, doesn't really happen, and with big operators like cross country, you actually have to go find the trolley person. That's if it's one of these semi-modern 220, 221 sets. But if it's a class 43, it's meant to be a buffet car, but 90% of the time the buffet car is not open at Castledale Cross Country, because if it's a way of saving money, they'll fucking well do it. It's very weird, and it's kind of open-end and flappy. But I like certainty, and I'm sure everybody else does and all. But anyway, moving over to the coach or the bus, right? The bus compared to the train can get round more of your community, and there's a bigger chance of you being picked up at a more desired stop rather than having to walk all the way down quarter of an hour. Walking down quarter of an hour in a cold winter morning is not nice, right? The bus often has Wi-Fi, and by the time you get on the bus, you'll probably be able to make a choice of where you want to sit, rather than I'm going to be sat seat 34A, coach B, and that's B for bastards. I love rail. But anyway, the situation is a lot better, right? And also because the bus can get more precise with your locations, right? When you get to it in location, you can be more precise about where you'd like to stop, rather than being chucked off at a certain station and continuing a 20-minute walk, 15-minute walk, whatever it is, right? Also, kind of familiarity, I'd call it, right? If you're on the bus often enough, the bus driver kind of sort of looks for you as he's coming around the street. Oh, there's John Boggs. Ah, brilliant. John, how was your weekend? Oh, it was bra, mate, blah, blah. You know, there's a wee bit of customisation going on. I think it's pretty cool. I really do think it's pretty cool, to be honest. The bus can be a bit more comfortable than the train, especially if you're not being squeezed up against the windows of a train. So, what other things to say? Most people use ticketing apps now, right? And that saves the awkward I wait for a ticket machine at the train station, and if you come into a platform only within a 2-minute radius of the train, you know, you're not literally wishing the person in front of you to speed run their ticket collection process. You can just, put your arm out, there's the bus, slows down, doors open, scan, you're on, boom. Nice. I mean, a lot of people know how much I travel on coach buses, for a very good reason. Two-word summary, they're comfy. Right? Most people use coaches either going Glasgow, Edinburgh, Glasgow, Dundee, Aberdeen, Inverness. There are some hardcore people that have sampled the munches of the megabus, right? Some have had very varying experiences, I've been middling along with buses to Manchester, and to be honest, very few times have I ever had any issue, and even then it's a kind of out of our hands type matter. But anyway, you get on the coach, you've got your paper ticket, the driver out, he scans it with his gizmo. Gizmo, that sounds dirty. One day in Manchester. Fuck's sake. Anyway, but it's a quick, simple scan your seat, your ticket, get to a seat of your choice. But now recently, if the Flixbus gives you options about sitting at the sitting at the front, the middle, the back, wherever you want. You actually get given a picture of the seating diagram on the Flixbus website and you choose. National Express does something similar. However, I'm going to have to tell you what the fucking blazes is going on. Anyway, someone else that's on fire. Right, so National Express 590, the very, very well known Glasgow to London coach service. Right, oh my god, look at that. It says talk dirty to me in the laundry. Anyway, it seems to be 590 that doesn't take seat reservation or doesn't operate them. Maybe it's because the bus leaves Glasgow full. Who knows? But anyway, I've tried it about 4 or 5 times and it comes out with the same response. But all the other services, 180, 181, 183, there's no an issue like that. But anyway, when you get on the bus, you've got leather seats, tilt back seats, and if you put your head up a wee bit, you see wee light switches. It's actually a wee reading lights, and you've got air conditioning in it. I'm sure you can either open the vent for more or no, right? And that's great. And the bus, it generally has a feeling like it isn't going to break down compared to like maybe local operators and small route bus runs or whatever. It feels very competent. Flixbus, Megabus, National Express, same thing, right? Same thing, different ticket costs, I suppose. But it seems to be coaches are very comfortable, and only up to possibly lockdown as well. Right, I could get down to Manchester for £5.50, and I think that's absolutely smashing. Yeah, it costs, was it £5.90 for a day return on the first bus to get to the bus station. Yeah, actually leaving Scotland costs cheaper. I don't know how, I don't know why, but that's just the way it is. I've had my £1 megabus ticket, London to Glasgow. I've had the £8 ticket, Glasgow to London on the night services. Night services are very interesting. If you haven't done your night service coach, to be honest, you haven't lived yet. Get fucking on it. Get opening a tab, type in National Express or Citylink or Megabus or whatever, and get yourself on a night bus, man. Oh, it teaches you a lot for life, by the way. I'm just going to say it. But hey, and also compared to your wee local bus, the bus actually has an onboard toilet, and also it has luggage capacity up to 25 kilograms. It seems to be really good. The long distance and megamiles routes, they have a 30-minute break. Anything National Express is T-based services, and anything Megabuses like Woolly Edge or something along them ones. But I have seen the bus stop at Rotherham for its 30 minutes up break. There's a joke about it rather than I'm going to keep out of this to make sure the algorithm doesn't clap my arse. Probably what ass is going to clap it anyway. But anyway, and an FYI as well, people that have travelled to London on the bus, quite often, if the roads are quite good overnight, you could come into London up to half an hour early. Right, this is no fault of the driver. He's actually done everything right. Let's say, for instance, the last stop was Milton Keynes, and he served the bus stop bang on time, left bang on time, and he just accrued the extra time as he was traversing between Milton Keynes and London. It happens. Yeah, and also you've got mad dazzling night lights. You have your normal lights, but when the driver goes on the motorway, he turns the lights off to these blue things. They're fucking nice. And see if you get stoned and that shit. Oof. It is really, really nice. It's like your appreciation just bounces through the fucking roof on that situation. I don't know why. But anyway, yeah, so yeah, definitely all things to kick the train right in the dick. Trains a bit pricey, more price hikes coming around very soon. So keep your thumb on the mouse and reserve yourself a coach. The local buses can be quite nice as well. Best thing to do, if you're ever curious, what you do is get a coat, get your wallet and get on a bus. If you're feeling particularly curious, get on the coach. 900 City Line, it just keeps getting better, because I remember once upon a time it was a small bus, like a B9R, and then it grew to a Triax B13 RT, then it grew to a double decker, then it grew to high seat concentration double decker, and it seems to be getting better and better, and the seats are very comfy. They don't sell for these stupid ironing board seats at Azuma, TransPennine and GWR having their trains. I don't know why they chose them kind of seats. They're kind of seat for idiots. Basically, I saying to a customer, "Aye, we think you're idiots," right? And that's uncalled for, but that's just the way some operators run. They take your money, shout you're an idiot, and give you the shittest product possible. I think it's called capitalism. But anyway, I feel I've talked for quite some time about buses and coaches. So, as I say, if you're curious, get on a bus, get on a coach, and that's all I can say.